Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis, and this is Kaon Reviews. Now, as you saw in the intro, today's video is going to focus on my top 5 picks of 2023. Now, this took a little bit of time for me to actually do because I wound up having to go back to some of the videos that I had done before in order to find the ones that I had rated a high score. Now, of course, there were some that I pretty much gave them a 10. There were some faults, but they really were deserving of a 10. And then there were some that, were great. They were fucking phenomenal. But again, they kind of fell at the bottom. I was expecting these to be a 10. But at the end, So I'm going to pull 2 of these out as my honorable mention. The first being is going to be this bad boy here, which is the Legacy Evolution Armada Universe Optimus Prime. And for anyone who has seen my review, this is a big hefty boy. But of course, for anyone who has seen this particular review, I did point out a lot of faults. And for anyone who has got this figure and reviewed it, I'm not alone in this. So at the very end, I did give it a score of a 9. But despite that, this is a very big figure, more articulate than anything else. So it's deserving of a high score, but it didn't make the top. It didn't make the top 5 list. It would, if it was the top 10, this would have been part of it. But I'm only doing 5. Now, the second one for my honorable mention is going to be the Studio Series 86, number 21, Commander Class Ultra Magnus. And holy cow, this thing is massive. Now, again, when I got this, I had some difficulties in transforming him. I had to wind up looking back at some other reviewers like MGO and whatnot in order for me to go ahead and actually, get this transformed properly. But don't get me wrong, this is the definitive Ultra Magnus that a lot of us G1ers were looking for. No disrespect for the Siege or the Earthrise Ultra Magnus, but this knocked it out of the park. So, coming in at number 5, we're going to go into this diminutive little, bot over here, which is Strong Arm from the Robots in Disguise 2015 universe from Legacy Evolution. And I have to say, she is a, good mold. They really knocked it out of the park. Of course, she almost body type wise, she does share the same mold as Elita 1 and as well as Minerva. But they really did awesome with the molding for her shoulders here, her backpack. I mean, it is pretty awesome. So, and for anyone that has seen my review of this one, I have to say I was very impressed. I think the only thing that I had issues with was the fact that she didn't come with with any type of handcuffs. She's a law enforcement officer. She is so by the book, it puts Ultra Magnus to shame. That's how by the book she is. But nonetheless, she deserves a pair of handcuffs. But again, if you see my review, you already know I mentioned this before. But she did come out with the top score of 10. So she deserves a place in this. So she starts off at number 5. Now, coming in at number 4 is basically a figure that they put actual G1 colors for. And just by that, you should already know which one I'm talking about. And that's going to be the VNR Optimus Prime, which they used an actual licensed vehicle, and they got the licensing from Volvo. And I have to say, when I heard about this variation coming out, I jumped at the chance to get the pre-order for this. And oh my god, I was just so floored away. Though I have seen other reviewers, do the review for the Christmas edition, I just was not liking the colors on that. I think I made a mention of that in my video as well. But just the colors on this, holy cow! I was just so floored by the engineering. His robot transformation to vehicle mode was, mwah, chef's kiss. And yeah, that's why, he wound up getting the top score of 10. But in this list, he's number 4 of our top 5. Now, for the number 3 spot, this was a kind of a, I don't know, I had a little bit of a debate with myself because the the next ones for number 3, basically I was kind of tied. They met the top score in its original review, but for this list, it's like, But nonetheless, I did have to make a decision, and so I have decided. The number 3 spot is going to be Armada Universe Megatron. And I had to say I was very, very impressed, with the way the figure looked. The transformation was very simple and easy to do. There were certain issues that I really did not like, which I do need to go ahead and work on the upgrade kit that I did get recently for this particular figure. But for anyone that watched my review on this, that was an issue that I did bring up. The fact that, unfortunately, he didn't come with any mini-cons, but it wasn't a big deal breaker. I liked the figure, I liked the character, his design and everything. But, and he wound up getting the top score in my initial review. But in this case, he got the number 3 spot. All right, so for number 2, we're actually going to have a tag team in this case, because they are basically brothers. And that's going to be Legacy Evolutions, Skyquake, and Dreadwing from the Prime Universe. And wow. I think it was when I initially did the first review of this one, I had gotten this one already. And originally I wasn't going to get either one because I guess I was just so enamored with the initial design from Transformers Prime I mean, I really wasn't planning on giving it a chance, but it did grow on me. So I wound up getting this one first. I reviewed it, and I was every bat that ever thought about the this particular figure or the mold. I I basically took back, and at that point, I wound up trying to find his brother, which came out first, and I wound up finding him on Amazon. And at which point, you know, you know, uh, they both earned the top score. So now they both have the number 2 spot. Now it's time for a reveal for the number 1 spot. Now this initially, before I started, filming, I had to go ahead and really look through them, and that means going back to the initial reviews. And I mean, especially for the top spot, especially for this list. If it wasn't for the fact that Studio Series Magnus and Armada Optimus, uh, you know, made a 9 score instead of a 10, you know, one of those would have made it. But considering they made a score under 10, that's why they were in the honorable mention. But nonetheless, this one did deserve the top spot, and I did gush over it, a lot over its initial review. And for that, it's going to go to Studio Series 106, Optimus Primal, as he appears in Rise of the Beast. And holy cow, I'm so floored with this. When I saw the pre-orders and the images from Hasbro Pulse, I was like, let me get this. And I think I did mention that I never did get the mainline release for that, but you can tell I wasn't really brokenhearted about it. And I inadvertently wound up getting 2. I did sell it to a friend of mine in my local group, but this one, I was just like, yeah. I reviewed it, and it is so awesome. So I really like this figure, and I do know that DNA Designs does have an upgrade kit to turn this Optimus Primal into Ape Link. I'm not that emotionally invested with Ape Link. Though, if I have an opportunity to grab another Prime, I'll get the DNA kit and put it on there and do another review for that. But in the meantime, I like this one. So this one takes the number 1 spot. But, that is my list for the top 5 of 2023. And I want to hear your take. Were there any figures that you think that would have made the list? Do you think I was wrong in not giving these guys, or I should say the honorable mentions, a chance at the top list? Let me know in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you. And you'll be seeing more of this handsome mug in the videos to come. That way, you know my hands, you've heard my voice, now you're seeing the face behind the legend. I'd like to go ahead and thank everyone who watches my videos, who shares them, who likes and subscribes to my channel, and even leaving a comment every so often. I really appreciate it. It does help out my channel so much, and I appreciate it. So as I stated in my previous videos, there will be changes made. I am currently working on the logo to show off in the upcoming videos to come, and hopefully, once the logo's complete and it is showing on my videos, I am going to see how I can go ahead and get some shirts made which features my logo, and I'll be wearing that more often. So be on the lookout for that. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Peace.